Double clicked it. Going to the intro, and I can hear myself again. So please fix that again if you know how to. If you don't know how to, let me know, honey. And back to us. All right, thank you all for coming this evening. This is the Bear Thoughts podcast. It's really annoying to hear myself in the background.
You're not even in the green.
Hear myself. Anyways, I'll just talk a little lower tone, then maybe we'll fix it out of here. As you can see today, we have Corvo Ninja's not with us. He is sick today. He had the corona, so Corvo, hope you get better, man. Hope you feel better. Keep yourself locked down. Keep your family safe. Don't hug and kiss on them too much. But today we have two newcomers to the podcast. We got Geeslim. Welcome today to Geeslim. And we got my wife as well. She's joining us today. She's been wanting to join us for a while, but she's also studying, so she may be a little bit weird. All right, so G Slim, I'm just going to jump right onto you. Hope you don't mind. Where do I know you from? For those who are new to this podcast and may not know exactly how I come to know you, and give us a little bit of background of yourself, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sure. So we're friends through another music friend, homeboy Brian Bell. I went to Mississippi State with him, and me and him we tight like this. We like brothers, and I met mind if I call it because I know you on a personal level, so I call you by your government name.
I know. His government name is a little bit more formal on here, but I tried not to give my real name just yet. So it's just try. If you slip, it's just one of those things.
I know my man right here from through Brian when they were living together back. I think he was still in Picayune, right?
Yeah, he was still back in Picayune.
Yeah, still back in Picayune, and we played like World of Warcraft and a bunch of stuff together. So, and we became friends through that and stuff. And we're Twitch streamers. So, yeah.
And you could keep the mic a little bit closer to you because every now and then you are dropping a little lower. I don't know where your mic's on your phone, right? So,
yeah,
if you have to bring it in maybe more, I don't know. But yeah, again, she's studying, so if you're watching the video from this, she's doing weird stuff. Don't pay no minds. And honey, for those who new here, this is my wife down below in the third quarter. Honey, give a little background of what you do and what you're studying right now.
I work at a hospital, secretary, and I'm studying A&P right now.
A&P what?
Anatomy and physiology.
Anatomy and physiology. Okay, gotcha. So right now she's studying for her college. All right. So for anybody here that's new, I hope you are going to check out this podcast. This podcast goes every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central PST time here on YouTube at Grumpy B Gaming. So if you're new here, go hit that like button. If you wouldn't be so kind and hit that subscribe button. I am Grumpy Bear. As you may know, for many of y'all may know here already, I am the usual host of this podcast. So if you want to know anything more about me, go check the other videos out. We won't go there. All right. So G Slim, I hate to jump right into it. What do you do for a profession? Like, what is your job title?
Oh, I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher at a
post-secondary institute. It's like a college, but not a college, but kind of a college.
So you're okay. So you're not really a professor, but you're a teacher. Like, what's the difference between a professor and a teacher?
Well, professors, they're usually tenured, and you'll find them at like universities and community colleges and stuff. This is more like a private institute, sort of like ITT Tech was.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like a college or a university or nothing like that. So it's like a training institute.
Okay, so it's like not really a college, but it's like a schooling for a specific course. And now, did you come into this job by desire, or did you come into this job by like them just talking you into it? Like, were you really seeking out to be a teacher?
I wasn't. It's an IT school, so I was a student at the school myself, getting my IT certification. And when I graduated, I was like, yeah, we kind of like you. So would you like to stay on as a tutor, a full-time tutor for us? I was like, yeah, I'd do that. So they paid me to be like a full-time tutor, and I had to substitute classes and stuff for the other instructors if they had to take time off and all of that. Then was one instructor resigned, so they were like, "Hey, we want you to be the full-time instructor now, where you get your own classroom and you get to teach the curriculum and stuff." I said, "Hey, I'm down for it." So it was all kind of by chance. I never in a million years saw myself as a teacher.
Gotcha.
Not
I will tell you toward the end of the stream, if you want to give yourself any shout outs, you feel free to, because I know you have I know you have your Twitch channel, and I know you have
Mhm.
your Facebook, but I don't want to give you a shout out for that. But I also know you did dabble into a little bit of some rap, some R&B, a little bit of music career. Now, where's that
Mhm.
going on right now? About if you wouldn't mind me asking.
Man, so everything got sidelined. Back in 2019, I was hospitalized. I had the flu, and I didn't know I was diabetic. So, yeah, I had to take care of myself. So, like, if it wasn't work and me, trying to take care of myself, I kind of put everything on the back burner. I was like, I'm not gonna, overwork myself and do all of that and remain unhealthy. When I went in the hospital, they said, "Oh, you're lucky you came today because I like would have died if I didn't." So
Okay.
my sugar was at like 300. So I was like, I didn't even know I was diabetic. So I had to get all this stuff under control, start, trying to lead a healthier lifestyle, trying to lose some weight and stuff. And, because I just got married. So I'm like, this marriage stuff is kind of cool. So I want to be here a little bit longer for that,
Oh yeah,
doing
having a
so.
partner like that's also very nice. How long you been married? Again, I'd like to throw a lot of questions at you because I'm getting the viewers to know you a little bit more here. Just in
Yeah.
case I get you on here
So,
a second time.
yeah. So in February, it'll be 2 years.
In February in 2 years. Okay, we're going about
Mhm.
10 years now. So this woman is
Wow.
stuck with me. So
That's
she's a
nice.
trooper. She's a trooper. Of course, she works a lot of fields where I would say most people don't want to. That's wiping other people's behinds. But she's
Yeah.
trying to become a nurse now, so she's gonna make more money than I am or that I ever could make. Once it's all said and done. Um, okay, G. So you do dabble in streaming yourself, and you do dabble playing that every now and then. Do you like keep up with any of the current day stuff that's going on in Twitch like I do? Like, because it's kind of my thing. Like, it's kind of like my career, if you want to call it that. I do dabble into some of the news from it, and that be the good news and the bad news. And sometimes there's a couple of people out there, I believe they're gaslighting themselves. And I want to get your thoughts on this, but let me get your thoughts first. Do you follow Twitch stuff or information at all, or you just pretty much just, hey, I want to stream. Everything else I don't really care about.
Pretty much. I don't really, because I have so much going on myself. It's like I don't really have time to like follow anyone else or follow any like news or any like Twitch stuff and all like that. So no, I haven't really been following regarding
Oh,
Twitch.
okay. But this is gonna be a little hard for me because I'm realizing. Is there any like secondary computer you can look at for a second or listen to? Because I don't want you to get you off of here because you're on your phone, right? So,
Yeah.
okay. There's a guy. I don't want to give out his name, but it's the only way I can get out his name. His name on Twitch is called Critical Brad. He was he was this past week's Poggers emotes. Like this, okay, quick story. The guy that usually used to be the Poggers emoji, he was removed from Twitch because Twitch felt like he was inciting violence during the whole thing fiasco during his time. I'm not gonna go there, but and he was this past week's Poggers face, the little face where you make a big
Yeah.
old O in your mouth. And
Mhm.
I want to get this to you. Is there a way I can get this to you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm on my computer right now.
Okay, so let me put it through Discord as well, I guess. Um, sure, pop in, sure thing. Appreciate you really. Okay, so we might have another person coming in here shortly, so give me a moment. But let me get this over to you. I'd like to get your thoughts on this.
Yeah. Send it through Facebook because I don't
Facebook.
have Discord on my
Okay,
computer. Yeah.
Facebook, gotcha. Okay, so let me do that real fast. Now, I'll let my viewers listen to it, so let me know where you're playing it, and I'll play it as well, so they can hear hopefully what I'm showing here. But if not, I will give a rough estimate of what is going on in this video, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this thing because I don't know from my point of view, being that who I am, I very much can't very much vocalize my my dismay behind this guy, and I don't really know if he's trying to gaslight himself, because I believe some people out there are trying to do negative things to get more eyes on them, even though they may not truly believe it. I don't really know if this guy believes it or not. Like he sounds pretty sincere, but I'll let you get your thoughts on it. So let me know what you're about to play.
All right. Matter of fact, I'll mute myself so I won't come through like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sound of my computer. All right. I'm
And
about to
play.
play.
Cool. I just want to comment about. So what's happening is, because I'm kind of seeing it a little bit on Twitter plus in here. Someone shared that a conglomeration of all the times I said white feelings don't matter, and are pressed about that. And now using that as a tirade against me, saying, "I thought you don't have PogChampers who don't say bad things." And I'm like, totally not the same. I'm not condemning an entire people and defending insurrectionists and people who did some headassery. I'm saying that when you say white lives matter, they don't. And I'll say that again, whether I'm a Twitch partner or not, just so you know. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Okay, at that very end right there, saying white lives aren't a thing and white feelings don't matter. Do you understand what he's trying to say there? Like, do you get an idea what he's trying to convey? Because I don't know. I have a back of my heart. I like to believe he's just gaslighting, but he might be telling the truth. And he might be saying something a little deeper that I'm not quite understanding. Could you try to convey it to me? Do you understand what he's trying to say?
Yeah, I completely understand what he's saying, and it, in my opinion, it's not as bad as people are making it sound out to be. He's not like gaslighting himself or anything like that. He's simply stating his opinion. And while I may be wrong about, what message he is trying to convey, I can only tell you from what I'm hearing with my perspective.
Okay.
Because me being as a Black person living not just in America but living in a world where our opinions, our feelings, and the facts and things that we face on a daily basis get silenced like every day. So when things come up like when we tried to have the Black Lives Matter, and it wasn't saying that only Black Lives Matter. You can't hear me?
It sounds super weird. Like, it sounds like you're in an echo now. Like, I don't know what happened, but you went from clear as day to now like you're going through a headset, through speakerphone, through a tunnel. It's there, but it's like I don't want to be anybody going like, oh, I'm silencing him. I ain't touching shit. That is not me, not the white guy doing it to him. But he went from vocal to I could barely hear you.
Let me see if I can get something for that.
All right. And Sneaky, if you can hear me as well, you are muted and your mic is off and your camera's off. I don't know if you're fixing on it, but we might have a SneakyLikeAClam joining us today as well. Honey, did you get to hear what was being said, or do I need to give you the rundown?
No, I was not really. I didn't.
Okay, so this gentleman was saying, and the gist of it that he wasn't, like, with him being the new Pogger's face on Twitch, that was supposed to be not inciting violence or anger or racist or anger or things, but I wish I could get you the video as well so you can listen to it, because I hate to misinform what he's saying, but he's saying that wives don't matter because that's not really a thing. Like, it's not like a thing like Black Lives Matters. It's a thing. And then white feelings don't really matter because I guess brothers and sisters feelings don't matter. So I guess he's trying to correlate. Is that understanding that, G, or am I misinterpreting that?
Yeah, only a little bit.
Okay.
Do I sound a little better now?
Oh yeah, way better.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, good. I put the headset in. So, as I was saying, so when we try to convey our pain and our feelings, we get smothered. When the Black Lives Matter movement came out, it didn't say that only Black Lives Matter. It didn't say that no one else is life matters
Mhm.
except black people. It didn't try to put black lives on a pedestal or anything like that. But when we said, hey, we're disproportionately being thrown in prison, disproportionately being pulled over by the police, and those what they call routine traffic stops lead to us losing our lives even though we haven't committed a crime. And there is absolutely almost no repercussion for it. With the George Floyd case, you know, that one being like one of the, because it started picking up and people were protesting all over the world for that. So we made some noise with that one, and those guys got put in jail. But historically, nothing has been done. With me being a black man growing up in the Mississippi Delta, historically one of the most racist areas in the world, not just in the United States but in the world, I can see where I've seen places, and I've been in situations, and I've been too young and not wise enough to realize that, I've been in situations where my life has been in danger, where all I'm doing is I'm just walking down the street. I maybe walk, I used to DJ, so I'm walking from a friend's house who lived, in on the other side of town, as we call it, because our town was and is still segregated by railroad tracks, where you have all the black people living on one side of town and all the white people living on the other side of
I
town.
didn't know that.
So
I didn't know there was
yeah.
literally a town flag. Like I came from for those who did not know this, I'm from Louisiana, from Slidell, but I was raised between my mom and pops, or my mom and dad from two different states, one Mississippi, one Louisiana, and my town was very much like everybody was
Mhm.
mixed in. Like there was not very much. Yeah, there was one part of town that was the slums, and they were primarily brothers and sisters. But I lived in those slums at one point in time as well. I knew some friends
Mhm.
that lived in those areas as well that were white or Latino or other races. So it wasn't primarily just a segregated thing, but like literally a town that was separated by a railroad train area. Like
Yeah,
it just so happened.
we had two separate high schools. We had a high school that it wasn't all white, but it was kind of mixed. You had like white kids went there, and it was sort of like half and half, black and white. Then that's where the quote unquote others went to. The very small Asian population that we had in our town, and a very very small Hispanic population that we had in our town went to that school. It was called Cleveland High School. Whereas on my side of town where I lived, I went to the all black school. There were like no white students there at all, and it was called Eastside High. And we recently just made news a few years ago on CNN that they finally desegregated the high schools, and now everybody is going to the same high school. Like this. I'm not talking to 1970. I'm talking about 2000 something, like 2016, I believe this happened. So for me,
That's a far
coming up,
way in.
yeah, that like 5 years ago. So
Okay,
so
okay. Well,
so.
my school had Brian in it, and of course it had quite a
Mhm.
few brothers and sisters, and also had some few white people and Hispanic, and I think we had like maybe like one or two Asians. Like we didn't have very many
Yeah.
Asians, but I came from a school where we were very much I would say it was a little bit more brothers and sisters, but like there was a good proportion, and
Mhm.
I was part of pretty much like everybody, but during the parties or the dances or like that, I was part of the brothers and sisters. I was that white guy trying to
Yeah.
fit in, but okay, so
Yeah.
that's what you think he's trying to say. He's trying to convey that, um
Yeah,
that's
don't silence us and don't tell us that our experiences and our feelings are invalid. So when he said white lives don't matter, it's not saying that okay, we don't care if a white person gets killed or if a white person doesn't, nothing like that. He's just saying that everyone knows that white people's lives already matter. Look, like using the insurrection recently. I'm not gonna call it a protest. The insurrection recently
yeah.
in Washington D.C. Uh, this lady broke the law. She committed treason. She broke into one of the most sacred areas in the United States.
Hmm.
What they refer to it as the Citadel of Freedom. She broke in there with a bunch of other people, and they were placing pipe bombs intending to kill our Congress people. And they repeatedly told her, don't come in here any further. You're trespassing on federal property. You're trespassing on Congress. You're putting our congressmen and women in danger. And
Well,
they shot her.
let's put in the devil's advocate here. Let's just put in the, like,
Mhm.
who let them in? Were they really forced in? Because I saw some videos where they were. I hate to go into the
Yeah,
political side of it. Some people were like walked in,
the Capitol Police, they didn't offer much resistance.
and also
You know,
I do
and
believe there was probably some bad actors amongst them, like disguising themselves as these, like, let's say the right wing or the left wing, and then really they were just terrorists. They were just
may,
amongst a
and
group
yeah,
of good people trying to be like, hey, this is bad. And they're like, hell, stuff is going to happen. Good time to jump in
yeah,
right now. Is like, they won't see it. They will just think
mhm,
it's these people. Why not just jump in? Let's say if I were like a part, let's say for all instruments, if I would jump in a protest of a Black Lives Matter, and then I get paid to go do something evil, or I have evil
mhm,
intent anyways, and I go, oh yeah, I'm a part of these people, and I go off and like blow up a building. Am I really a part of you?
mhm,
No, I know I'm not,
right,
but they think I am.
right. And that's the whole thing. And to continue my point, you know, unfortunately, she was shot dead by the police. Well, not dead on the spot, but she was shot, and they sent her to critical care where she
Yeah,
died later in the
she
hospital.
ended up dying yesterday.
But when she was killed by the police for performing an unlawful action, a criminal action, a treasonous action, they highlighted her Air Force, her service in the military, that she was a 14-year Air Force veteran and stuff, and didn't highlight any of her past crimes where she had past crimes with property damage and trespassing and stalking and things like that. But again, when a black person is killed by the police, immediately they try to pull out something bad. The media tries to pull out something bad on them. Hey, this guy served time 15 years ago. Okay, he served his time, and he's been rehabilitated, and he's back part of our society. And as far as we know, hasn't committed any crime since. You know, they're not like when Philando Castile was killed in Minnesota. They highlighted, oh yeah, he was on parole 10 years ago or whatever, and but the guy's a security guard and is lawfully armed because he's a security guard. He's an armed security guard. And all he told the guy was, hey, I do have a gun in here. And the guy shot him, and they started highlighting his parking tickets and all of this stuff instead of the philanthropic work that he does, where he does do things by giving back to his community, like working with kids. So when he said white lives don't matter, this is my interpretation from me coming from my perspective. He's not saying that no one cares if you guys die, but he's saying that people already care if you die. The same way where, we already have things like CBS, ABC, Fox, and NBC, all of these networks out there, and
They
these
gaslight a lot of
predominantly,
stuff.
yeah, and predominantly most of the shows on there are already white. There's really no space for black people. So when black people create something like a BET, then they say, well, why is there no white entertainment television? Because everything else is white entertainment. Well, why do you have a Black History Month and there's no White History Month? Well,
I
we
think it's
learned,
mostly because like it's the title element of it. Like it's not like the idea
yeah,
of it. It's the title. Like we don't go and say, I don't know how you would word it. BBC being black life or black entertainment, right? I don't. What's the
mhm.
acronym for it? Like I don't know the acronym, but I know it's
BET, Black Entertainment Television.
yeah. So there's no white blah 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 blah. So we don't word it that way, but like it can
Mhm.
be assumed it's like that, but it's not worded that way. So that's why most
Yeah,
people may like feel like, well, we don't have one of those. So we don't distinguish it by wordings because words really are
right.
really strong. So when people say Black Lives Matter, I hate to go political here again, but it's like that's putting words and it's putting a strong meaning behind it, and it's specific to one thing rather than specific to a spectrum of things. And so
Right.
people won't always segregate that as a time and moment of feeling of like how we're
Mhm.
feeling like we our lives matter. People are saying, oh, you're putting it in a tunnel that's only you because you're putting your word in it, your name in it, so it's only about you. It's like, no, it's not just about me. It's just telling you it also matters. It's not just
Yeah.
hey about just us alone that matters. It's just we also do matter, but probably they don't word it that way. And when they go to TV, they don't word it as a everybody can be entertained by this stuff. It just so happened a lot of it is brothers and sisters. And for those that don't know, I don't like saying black, and I like saying brothers and sisters where I was raised. So sorry if that we confused on that. That's what I call them, brothers and sisters. But anyways, Sneaky, I don't know if you're still here or not.
I appear to be alive.
Okay, Sneaky. Yeah, okay, we got no camera on you, so for you Geeslim and my wife, this is SneakyLikeAClam, a longtime friend of mine. He is from forgive me, I'm wrong here, from the EU, but
I'm from the UK. I'm over the pond.
Okay, and he's I would say he was a longtime streamer. Right now, he's taking a little bit of break. Let's get a little bit of a rundown on you. Okay, you were a streamer. What are you doing nowadays? Let me catch up on you a little bit. How's your job going on over there?
Work is very good. It was very busy due to the pandemic. Many people going off, and we were just generally understaffed. So that's been quite of an issue for me. It stopped me streaming. Not been able to have any time for it is a big problem. But it's not just that; it's not having enough time for anything else other than work during this time.
Okay, so what do you do? So for the audience here that may not be aware.
I'm an engineer, so I'm a construction engineer in the UK. I make sure people build things correctly. That's the simplest way to put it.
Do you do graphs and like blueprints and stuff like that, or just primarily just you read the paper?
Primarily, losing my tongue. Primarily, I will interpret drawings in a way that people who can't understand more detailed information sets can. Simplifying information, giving people little sketches from big drawings. Generally, just making sure information is able to be interpreted correctly, and that people who can use that information can then install to that information.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so that's
very big fancy words for saying take big drawing, draw sketches.
Yeah, that's what I say. Simplifying it would be appreciated just for those who that went over the head, because I won't lie, I blinked out a little bit there because my brain just went, whoa, that's a lot. All right, so
don't worry, I can see the 3 cameras. I think everybody did.
We got 2 smart people, and we got me. So, well, my wife, she's learning to be a nurse. You can think they'd probably be as smart with Lala sleeping behind her. All right, so I don't know if y'all, of course, none of y'all really keep up what's going on with Twitch and anything like that. Like, but how are you feeling? Are you doing all right, Sneaky? Is the family doing all right over there?
Yeah, we're doing okay over here. We're doing much better since Christmas. Anyway,
You got the COVID, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it.
Gee, have you got it
yet? No, I didn't get it. I've been in Houston is like one of the red zones for it, so I've been taking every single precaution. So no.
Oh yeah, definitely do.
Is all your courses online?
For me, yeah. I don't even think they even open any colleges
okay, because she's taking her courses Houston. Online right now as well. So I'm like, that'd be the best thing to do. Like, unlike Sneaky, he has to go to the actual place and point out things. We're like, we just sit at home and look at the camera screen all day.
Yeah,
easy money. Don't you wish you could have a little droid, like a little droid with like a camera on it or a screen on it, so you can like control it from home? And this is like over there, point your camera that way and go, that's got to be fixed. And just follows the people around while they're working.
Maybe, but at the same time, then I could do that. But then everybody else who's there still working away would still be at risk. So
oh yeah, they'll be still like he gets to be at home. I ain't a worker or a manual worker. I'm a thinker.
Yeah, but then I've also got to make somebody carry the camera around.
Oh, true.
That's still putting somebody out there.
Well, there's little drones, like little wheels, right? And it has a little camera. I saw it a couple a month or so back, and it's like this. It's like a 2-wheel drone with a pole and has a screen
Yeah, it
on
looked
top
like a
of it.
Segway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Segway, and it just moves around, and it shows you things around it, and the person's head was on it, and they were just riding around. I'm like, if the grounds were flat or safe to drive on with that little thing, heck, just stay at home and do that all day. While they may be mad that you're home, all comfortable on your couch, shooting lazy boy, eating popcorn while watching him work, but at least you know your job done. Somebody watch my Segway. I gotta use a restroom.
Just get somebody in the house. Just get somebody in the house to come and sit and just control it for you. Nobody will know as long as somebody's doing it.
Yeah, somebody. But yeah, something like that would be pretty smart. I was talking about that with my pops, with my mom, because he does construction as well, and he has to pretty much do what you're doing, but he doesn't have no scholarship or no piece of paper saying he could do it. But he's been doing it for so long that they trust him. And I'm like,
That's the best kind.
he probably needs to get a Segway to go around the building. But like, yeah, he was saying like the dirt's always too. The area is always too dirty. It's always wet. It's always bumpy. Like you couldn't drive one of those things around. I'm like, yeah, I can probably see that, but still, I would like to try it.
Oh, you can get you get an all-terrain one, but no, he is right. When you go onto construction sites, especially when they're in the early stages and they're stone, it's quite often you have to tell people new to the industry learn how to actually walk on site. Because people will start walking across the stone because it's a gravelly uneven surface. They lose their footing quite easily. You quite often see people straight out of university in nice clean PPE walking across site, falling over,
or stepping on a nail. I've done that one. Luckily, it didn't go all the way through, but definitely went through my boot. That one was sucked. Okay, so here's a quick comment question I normally ask everybody here. What was the last anime either of you watched? It's kind of a good little bit of icebreaker here. My last anime,
Kuma Bear.
Kuma Bear. I have never heard of that.
My daughter wanted to watch it.
My last episode was actually the newest season, the final season of Attack on Titan. I just got caught up to Attack on Titan season 3. And now the season 4 or final seasons, it just came out. And I don't want to spoil anything, but one guy gets yeeted into the sky. Like the very last thing you see is him getting thrown into the sky and like, oh, I know what's about to happen next. And it cuts. And they end the episode right there. It's like, no, I knew it was about to happen. Do it. What about you, Geeslim? What was your last anime you watched?
Oh gosh, don't hate me for this, but isekai anime is like a guilty isekai is a guilty pleasure of mine. So matter of fact, right before I got on Discord, I was watching Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
Yes, he sure does. There we go. Hey, me and Sneaky were talking about that last week or so.
Yeah, and I didn't know season 3 was out. It's 8 episodes in, and I'm mad that I'm just not finding out that season 3 was out. I thought it got delayed till this year.
Oh yeah,
it's 8 episodes in, so I just got done watching episode 2. So
boy,
I had your exact anger about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I found out that it was at episode 4.
I cheated. I won't lie. I cheated. I read the manga. Okay, I couldn't wait. I'm sorry. As soon as I found out there was a manga out and it was already out on paperback, I gotta read this. I'm sorry. I normally like reading, but I'm like, I can't wait for the anime. I just couldn't. And then the anime came out. I'm gonna watch it again. I don't care. It's good. It's a very much I would say still not a guilty pleasure. It's not as much as Ichi as 1 and 2, I would say, when it comes to that show. But it was definitely a little bit more dramatic-al. It had a little bit more story and a little more plot behind it than just here's some cute girls that can obviously whoop your butt if you were in that video game. Or is it a video game or a world? I forget like the first premise of it. It's a world, right?
It's a world, yeah.
I think it's actual world, yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't remember if it was one of those. Like, I haven't watched season 1 in a long time. I read it. If he died and like was ported into it, or he just was like or if it was just a world that he was just in. Because I did like these video game things. Of course, now I was rearrested as a slime is now coming about. Episode 1 should be out.
See, episode 2 is out.
Episode 2's
I
out.
watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that right before Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls? So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good season. That's a good season right there to watch, or series right there to watch. But yeah, I had to pick up on Attack on Titan. Of course, like last week or so, maybe 2 weeks and more, we finished up watching Food Wars, which I've recommended that one to you before. It's a
I
put down
watched
your
it.
list.
Is a new season out for that one too?
Like there's 4 seasons for that, or 5 seasons for that. Food Wars
Okay,
is
'cause that-
great.
I'm waiting on the new season for that.
What you laughing
I'm
about over there,
completely caught up
Sneaky?
on that one.
Just thinking about food porn.
It pretty much
That's
is.
literally the show.
Like
Yeah, that's all it's about.
My wife, she loves it, right,
Ooh.
honey?
What?
She's halfway here. She was gonna be my host. If y'all didn't join us, imagine me having a little conversation with this sprightly thing when she's studying. Anyways, she likes it. Of course, she just got her some new earbuds, and on her little case, she got Full Metal Alchemist on her little earbud.
Nice.
So she really loves that Full Metal Alchemist. I would really
Only
like
the
them
Brotherhood.
Yeah, Full Metal Brotherhood. I would really like them to do another season of that, but I'm pretty sure they're not. Like, I don't know where would they go with that. I feel like they would probably do the same thing as what's that anime about reapers that collect souls from witches?
Bleach.
Soul Eater.
Soul Eater, yeah.
Oh, Soul Eater.
Soul Eater, like Soul Eater Next or Soul Eater 1. I forget. It was like a second season of Soul Eater or another season of Soul Eater. There's a manga still going, but like they did like those spin-off of Soul Eater, these 3 girls, and I was like, I am just not interested in this. Like, I watched the entire series. I went through all of it, and I was like, this wasn't worth it. Like, you see the main characters in the series at the very end too, like the characters from the original storyline. It's like the very end. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I know there's more than this those characters in the universe, but I'm already attached to them. So yeah, there we go. I'm again, this is a little bit of a spin-off, but I'm sure y'all have not been keeping up with Twitch at all. Did y'all know, Sneaky and G, that a girl got on Twitch the other week and stripped down naked, turned around and spread her all goods in front of the camera, and only got a 3-day expulsion from Twitch?
Nope. Hadn't heard about that.
Was it an anatomy lesson?
No, it was not an anatomy lesson. She was a fans only girl. She was a thought. And
I was gonna say let's refer to the A&P expert down there
yeah.
for the scientific analysis.
Yeah, what's the technical words for the vagina and the butthole, honey?
The anus and the vagina.
The anus. It's so much more fun. But yeah, she
I like the fact that we name things that don't exist.
I know. But yeah, she turned around and just like she said it was an accident. She said it was not on purpose at all. And even though you have to turn on the program for streaming, title it, and press the go live button, all before you even go live, and turn on the camera as well if you have a nice camera. All before you go live, you have to do those 3 to 4 things before you're shown on Twitch. Still was an accident. Like, I want to know what button she has to press one button and does all the work for her, because I don't know about that.
Well, maybe she was trying to stream to OnlyFans and it streamed to Twitch instead.
Is there a code for? I'm not on OnlyFans, but is there a code for OnlyFans to go in lives? Like, okay, like for Twitch you get a little code, and YouTube you get a little code. Is there a code for OnlyFans as well?
Yeah, every streaming service will have one that you need to put the connection code to their website and to your specific URL to actually stream to.
But say I don't follow OnlyFans, so I don't even know if they even allow for streaming. I'm actually gonna look that up. Like, does OnlyFans do streaming?
Yeah.
Gee?
I know. Yes. Yeah.
He's not ashamed one bit. He's just gonna say, yep.
Because it's not like it gets a bad rep, but it's not just for porn. Like, people do podcasts and stuff on there too. So
podcasts on
it's for creators, period. So it's not just for like pornography. It's not a pornography site like people think. Before people were using like Patreon and minivids and all of that to post their content, but they started minivids hasn't, but Patreon started banning people who were doing like nude content. So then OnlyFans said, "Hey, we don't have any problem with that," so they moved to OnlyFans. But OnlyFans had already had subscription services where people were doing where they had their fan bases and they were doing like podcasts and things like that and posting like behind the scenes pictures of like concerts, sporting events, fights, and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so that's something I didn't know about. I didn't know they had like a overarching broadcasting. I seriously, I don't go on there, so I did not know there was a live service. Like I never heard no girl go. I'm live and OnlyFans. Want to come watch me? I did not know that.
Well, because you got to pay, you still got to subscribe to her. And then,
I can
then
put an
you'll be able to
advertisement on
watch the
Twitch
live.
or Twitter though. Like on Twitter, I get it all the time. I can scroll down like 3-4 times on Twitter. I'll see like 5 or 6 girls, and I'm not even following them advertise for their fans only or OnlyFans website. But none of them ever say I'm live. Anybody want to come watch me? Come pay. I did not know that. I seriously. But
No, they normally go live somewhere else.
don't know where else. But I guess it can, no mind. There's old webcam girls. I forget that's still a thing.
I've got a list if you want it.
Nah, I'm good. Okay. So do y'all? Okay, probably. But I don't think anybody's gonna be watching. Like, you know, do y'all like both pay for like Netflix and Hulu and all stuff like that to watch y'all's anime, or do y'all find alternative ways? Don't name them if you have to find alternative ways. But it's just me, or a lot of the mainstreams are having less and less anime on them.
When I was broke, I found alternate ways, but now, you know, to kind of give back and thank them for hosting content and stuff that I like, I pay. So for like anime, I pay for Verve. It's a streaming service created by Crunchyroll, and it has a bunch of different streaming services included: Crunchyroll, High Dive, Rooster Teeth, Nickelodeon, like Nicktoons, and before HBO Max came out, they had like Cartoon Network and Boomerang in it too. So
Okay. What about you, Sneaky? Do y'all have like a streaming service over there that we in America don't have?
There's not much that we have that you don't have. No, we've got Netflix. We've got what have we got? There's a Funimation app I've got on my phone that lets me watch loads of their stuff for free. But there is also a lot of stuff that I use alternatives for. A lot of times I prefer the Japanese versions.
Okay.
Because only because a lot of English dubbing actors aren't the best.
No, they're not, and I will testify to that as well. I just have a lot of hard time lately, like finding a reason to subscribe to these services, because a lot of them are like they say they're anime, and it's like it's so limited, or they get rid of the animes I like. And then like, even this, like I've already watched this anime like so many times. Where's the new stuff at? Where's the stuff that I'm actually gonna be interested in? Like mainstream is nice. I know why they do that, because like it's mainstream. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people hear about it. But sometimes I want to go and search and find something that I usually would not never hear about in the States. And I love it. Like Log Horizon. Like when that anime first came out, I didn't hear nobody talking about that show. And I found it outside of it, and I loved it. Love that series.
That's a brilliant one, that.
And that's just one of those animes that I would just. This is one instance, and of course, a lot of other ones that a lot of places don't feel comfortable, showing, because it's not porn, but people can consider it as, because it's pretty dang close, and they won't show that on Netflix.
Netflix has softcore porn on there, so
seriously,
they should be fine. So yeah, it's this one. It's 2 movies on there that people were talking about them like crazy. And they were like European movies, like French and stuff.
So they had like theme and story behind it, but it was pretty much softcore.
Yeah, but they were like actually showing the sex acts on the movie.
Okay.
Like full on like penetration.
Whoa.
And stuff. Yeah.
What's the name of that one?
That's France for you, though.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
it was like one of them was called Love 365 or something, where it was sort of like the French version of what's that movie? What's that movie Women Like, where the dude, he was like a dominator dude person.
50 Shades.
Yeah, it was like a French 50 Shades of Grey. So like he basically got out of jail and stalked this girl and kidnapped her and was like, "You have one entire year to fall in love with me."
Yeah, I get the
Or
image here.
something
No
weird like that.
no pornographic images, but I get the gist of it from what I see in Google search. Goodness gracious, that's some.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's straddled in or she's straddled in, but I don't know what he's going on. Look like he's about to,
Yeah.
swan dive in. I guess I don't know what's going on with that little imagery right there, but
Yeah.
seemed like he's having a little bit of fun with that.
Yeah. Then there was
I'm
another
ready.
one that. Then it was another one that I don't, because I hadn't seen them, but people were going crazy. So Netflix should be okay showing different stuff. So
Okay. Well, like it's also one of those things that I feel like they would show something like that. There'd be some social justice warrior girls going, "Where are her organs at?" kind of like scenario kind of things, or "Why is her boobs so big?" I'm sorry, Japanese people. Little known thing for you. They love boobs. But here's also another little thing for you. If you have big boobs in Japan, you are bullied. Okay? You are literally bullied all the way through high school. Girls are jealous when girls have big boobs. But when they get older, all the guys want them. And all the guys want to get with them. And if they a lot of them actually join porn too, because they have a gifts, So they like it there. So when we come to America, it's like, where's the big girls at? I'm sorry. Do you go to Japan? I've been there. You don't see big people. Like you don't. I've
aside
been
from the sumo wrestlers.
yeah, some wrestlers. You don't see big people in Japan. They're all like not all of them, but like they're all pretty dang skinny. I've been on a train packed in like sardines one day. We were trying to go one place. And then we got on the train at the wrong time, at the wrong hour, trying to go to an area, and we got packed in like sardines. And literally, they're a bunch of skinny people. There's just skinny people's eyes can see. And actually, I'm not that very tall, and I actually felt like I was fitting in because like I wasn't very tall, they weren't very tall. It's like, and that cost. I saw a couple of 6 foot tall, Japanese men. And I'm like, God dang it, I'm feeling short. This sucks. But yeah, like it's just you just don't see that in their culture, so you're not gonna very much see that in their animes. So it's just one of those things. You're not now as big as boobs they portray in anime. Sometimes you probably won't see that outside of a surgery or two, but they're not very known for plastic surgery.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see. Let's just keep an eye on. Okay, we got a few things. All right, let's go ahead and though. We're not gonna wrap this out just yet, but I want to give y'all time to give y'all a little bit of Well, Sneaky, you as well. Yeah, I know you still do, but I'd like to give y'all a little bit of time to, if y'all want to advertise for anything. Give yourself a shout out. You might say. So, G, let's start with you first, and then we go to Sneaky as next.
All right. Yeah, because I actually do have to go. I got to go pick my wife up from work. So I just end with this one. Follow me, www.twitch.tv/GPGMcDoom.
All right, now it's on Twitch. There's anything else you want to like your Twitter, your Instagram, anything else? Maybe your music, if you're still interested in advertising for that.
Not right now because I don't have anything musically coming up yet. But definitely follow me on Twitch. I'm like 21 people away from making affiliate. So please.
I'm telling you, Facebook or YouTube, you might want to try that before you get affiliate, just in case you blow up on there. Cause watch my video from reasons why you probably don't want to stream on Twitch. If you haven't watched that video yet, you might want to. Just give you some ideas out there. All right, Sneaky, your turn. Let's get yourself a shout out here.
Come down to SneakyLikeAClam Shoe Emporium. No, I'm good. If someone wants me, they'll be able to find me.
All right.
Oh, will they?
Let's say it. Twitch.tv/SneakyLikeAClam. There we go.
Don't tell them.
And his Twitter, I forget what his Twitter is, but he's SneakyLikeAClam on Twitter. It's as well if you want to follow him. That beautiful red. You can't see his face, but he's a redhead. So, ladies, he's not single.
I have Twitter.
Yeah, I at you. I used to at you quite a lot on Twitter.
Do you?
Yeah,
I didn't even know I have Twitter.
you have Twitter. I can
Apparently.
at you right now.
Okay. Don't know how to use it.
Sticky like a clam, or I won't say your name on there, but yeah, you're on there and your logo. So you're on Twitter.
All right. that must have been a very long night.
Well, it was you put it a long time ago, so it was just one of those things. We're following each other, so yeah, go check him out. He likes to play a lot of family like games, a lot of games that a lot of people can join in and have fun with him, and goof off with him. He likes playing a game like that. Of course, right now with Rust out right now, I don't know if you heard of Rust, Sneaky, but that game right now is huge on Twitch. And if you ever want to try it out, and I can get it myself, I would like to try it out with you. But right now, it's blowing up on Twitch. Like everybody, big names, small names. It's a new game.
Rust.
It's a game that I think you would very much fall right into.
I might have it. Is it a new game?
No, it's not. And like all the other Twitch streamers are all like trying it out now. It's just like this game is.
Yeah, the open world one.
Yeah,
I've got it.
Everybody's playing.
Fancy playing at some point. Oh,
everybody's playing. Like that.
I had it. Played it when it was quiet.
Wow. So yeah, I know you didn't get to watch the video there. I sent you the video there. I would like to get your your thought on that as well. I don't know. Most people don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Me, I'm like, I don't know where to take this. Either he's gaslighting. I just want to share that with you. I think he's probably just gaslighting, but same words. Like I get what G was trying to put out there, but I don't know. At the same time, like I can't say I can relate to his words or his wording. He probably should word it a little bit better if what he's meaning is what G was saying.
I'm just listening to it right now. Okay.
Now this guy right here, like for those who do not know, again, he was the days like they've been replacing the Pog champ face of the Asian guy that was due the Pog face. They were replacing everybody's faces with new faces, and he was one of the chosen people that Twitch was advertising for. And then he goes off and says something like this when he's been caught on Twitter saying things like that for a while. And I didn't want to, air that, but some of them are like, one of them is like, I do not care. This is his words right here. I do not care about your white feelings. I refuse. And that's just one of the things he said on Twitter. This guy's, he gaslights. I think he's gaslighting himself. I think he's just trying to get negative publicity so he gets more views. I have a hard time believing he's meaning what he's saying in such words.
I can understand what you're on about. I can understand what you're saying. I can also understand possibly if that's what he is saying is actually how he feels. It's
hard.
I won't say that there is no racism in the UK because I know there is still a lot.
There's racism across the world.
Yeah, no, definitely. But
not televised as much as America.
Well, yeah, no, it's not itself. It's normally small scale. It's normally sorted a lot quicker in the UK. I believe so anyway. But I also do believe that protective rights of individuals in the UK are higher than the protective rights in America, which partially it takes powers away from the police, but it makes people more protected, makes some people feel safer. But
it's very
it's very difficult without actually asking him. And if that's what he said, you have to take that as being a definite of what he believes.
Yeah.
However,
it's hard to read between the lines when you're like you're seeing words as face value.
Yeah. No, agreed. But at the same time, if he's been chosen as the person to be a face of one of the emotes, then speaking like that is speaking out of line and should not be accepted, because that is, well, if that is his statement, that's technically racism in the reverse.
Yeah, and
of
he's
what-
also
of
a
what
Twitch partner.
normally
So
happens. Yeah, but at the same time, you can have your opinion. It's freedom of speech. You can have your opinion even if it's wrong.
yeah,
Being honest.
I have a hard time like just. I've been realizing a lot of people like to gaslight themselves and put themselves in a negative light just to get people riled up and talking about you. And I don't really subscribe to that. Like to try to make myself look bad in order to get more people looking upon me, because people will remember that. And even if you were just saying at the time to get people riled up, or if you really didn't mean it, people will always remember that. And then I'm hoping people will take the respectful route of like, hey, if you don't like what they're saying, don't watch them.
With something like this as well, it can also be accounted to. In some circumstances, something like this could be accounted to even a bad day. If he's had a particularly bad day and met somebody who's particularly annoyed him, he may make a comment like that as an offhand comment, but still mean it in the day, but in the long term, it is not his personal opinion. However, on the other side, as you're saying, it might be his personal opinion, or he might be gaslighting. We don't know, but if he says it, he says it, we can't interrogate him. We can only take him at face value of what he said.
Yeah, and the tunneling, that's what I said, the tunneling. You're tunneling those words down one corridor when he might be like going off into several different ways and several ways of meaning it, but we're going face value. That's all we hear. Sorry.
Yes, completely agree. Just as GPG was explaining when I came in about the fact of in the George Floyd case, the only information that was brought up initially was the fact he was a felon. Yet
not a human.
Not even just that, but the disproportionate information giving. But the fact of when there was the storm on the Capitol building, one of the women who was arrested was declared as what was she declared as? She was a church-going mother, whereas it didn't make note of the fact that she'd got 3 felonies herself.
Oh yeah, that's kind of it's kind of bad when they, of course, like I said, they like the gaslight something. Some channels on the news will be like, there's a negative side, and the other channel news will be like, here's a positive side. Like they like to gaslight whoever's side that they choose to show as the hero. One side like this person was the victim, and the other side this person was the terror. Like this side was the enemy. Like they love doing that stuff. It's kind of reason why I don't watch a lot of news pretty much my entire life, because it either is all bad news, or if it is good news, they don't say nothing else, and that they just like, oh, good news, and then off the subject within the matter of minutes later. And I don't like that. I want to hear good news on the news, things that we should be happy for and joyful for, and being kind with each other and kindness in the world. But no, all I hear is death and anger and rage, and I just can't do it. I can't. Even on YouTube now, I don't know about yours, but even on YouTube, seems like they're advertising more of that stuff of lately, and I'm getting kind of tired of that, to be honest with you. It's just like, I want to go on YouTube and see some fun stuff or cool stuff to look at. I don't want to look at news. No news. No, I'm getting tired of that. Really tired.
I've removed the news banner on my phone as well. I only have it on my work computer, so I don't have to listen to any news until I'm at work. I do think as well with American, probably with most places around the world, but especially with news channels in America, because some of them are partially funded by political parties, you will get more content focused towards the views of that political party on certain channels.
Yeah, that's what kind of makes me wants me like, I know we need the news because we need information, but at the same time, at this point, I think a lot of news channels need to be just taken down, because they don't always advertise the news. They just advertise whatever fits their justification.
Yes.
Just
agreed.
like
news should be unfiltered, exactly as the information. Shouldn't be any fluff. It should be, this is what's happened.
Yeah, and like just give me the full facts and full information, or don't speak at all. Like,
Yes.
I should have to go fact check the people that's fact checking the people that I was doing the news on.
Yes, you shouldn't have to do that.
Like, I am not no news reporter. I don't need to go, did he really say that? Is that really what they meant? Is that really what happened? Let me go check some other sources out. Let me go check some other, like, I don't want to do that. I've done that. And I'm like, oh my God, like, they're never telling the truth. Either side. Neither of them are telling the truth all the time. It's like, there's more information. There's good and bad on both sides.
Yes. Yeah, there is never, there is very rarely a black and a white. It is normally many shades of grey.
And like the whole woman about the whole her bad things that she did before. I didn't know about that. I didn't know, of course, I didn't know that she was a mother and Christian going woman. Like, I didn't know about that either. All I knew is she went to the building and she got shot. She wasn't supposed to go in there. She was told not to go in there. She got shot. Now she's dead. That's all I knew. That's all I cared to know, honestly, because it was wild. Of course, I've seen fires during other protests in the world, but let's not, that's not on the American grounds either. Whoa, camera went crazy. Don't worry about it. I love when it does that, just out of nowhere. Even though I haven't very much move. Where's a white piece of paper? Oh, I don't know if you probably can't see this camera. Oh yeah, you can see that. I tried these out on my stream the other week. For those who can't see, the camera's flipped reversing. It's called Bean Boozle. These are these beans that are either good or disgusting. I've had so far dirty dishwash, stink bug, and toothpaste are the worst ones I've had so far. My wife's had spoiled milk and coconut, even though coconut's not a bad flavor. She says it's bad because she hates coconut. But yeah,
coconut is definitely a bad flavor.
Hey, I like the toothpaste. Like, no lie, I had the toothpaste. I actually enjoyed it. But yeah, I've been doing this on my Twitch stream. For 1 bit or for 100 bits or $1, I've been eating this, and I practically threw up last week. Eating stink bug. Dirty dishwasher was pretty bad as well, but I almost threw up on stream eating stink bug. I was gagging to all get out. But anyways, let's go ahead and call it here for as well. I'll give myself a shout out, though I'm blurry right now. Sorry about that. I am Grumpy Bear's, of course, twitch.tv/Grumpy Bear. Twitch.tv/Grumpy Bear. Go hit the like button if you already made this far in the channel. Please, if you're watching this video, hit the like button. I've been noticing a lot of people watching the videos and not hitting that like button. It really does help me out a lot. Please, I'm begging you here. Do me a favor, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button to help out. Stay tuned for more videos like this. And the next time I go live, and leave a comment below what maybe your thoughts on. I'd like to get your thoughts on what maybe he was trying to convey and how he, what was your interpretation of what that gentleman was trying to say. I hate to try to bring up drama on my channel, but it's one of those things I just don't know if it was drama for drama's sake or drama for bringing out a statement. But I again, I don't know how to feel about that. And of course, on my Twitter at The Grumpy Bear, Instagram at The Grumpy Bear, I will be taking a break from streaming for a week for my birthday. My birthday is next week on the 20th. So I'm hoping I see some of you there for my birthday stream. And of course, podcast will be that day as well. Hopefully Corvo will be back. Sneaky, I'm gonna throw my invitation here. Is it anytime you want to join me every Wednesday at 5 o'clock my time, join me on the podcast, just let me know if you're available. I'd love to bring you in.
Is it 6 o'clock your time now?
It is now 6 o'clock my time.
What time is it for you now?
6:08.
Oh. Right. Okay.
So that's
yeah.
5.
Yeah. So yeah, I get you. Yeah. No, I should be able to.
So so an hour early from my usual stream. So yeah, I'm taking a break from streaming for a week. I'm about to go about to make some pizza. So I'll do a pizza stream. It's my last stream, and I'm gonna take a week break off of streaming altogether, and then come back next week on the podcast. So you're more than welcome to join me. Of course, if you have a camera, it's always gonna be nice if you have a little setup going on there. But yeah, you're more than welcome to join me, dude. I would love to have you, honestly. I would say my wife could say a few words, but she's been silent pretty much the entire time, and she was supposed to tell me a couple stories and tell you a couple things. Maybe next time. She's too busy studying. But as always, you know how it goes, everybody. Corvo, hope you're doing well. Sneaky, thank you for joining me, and honey, we'll be bringing a pizza soon. But anyway.